Viski shark doo 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 doo. Viski shark doo 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 doo. Viski shark doo 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 doo. Yep, got all excited when I started singing that. Welcome back to the channel, lads and ladies. Welcome to some presumably non-consensual ship-on-ship action. And welcome to the Type 5. This is a Japanese, we'll call it light craft in naval forces, and it hits hard for a smaller ship. It, like many of the Japanese early tier vessels, looks like a repurposed fishing vessel. And you know what? It's gonna get some catches in this match. I've been looking forward to featuring a naval replay, especially since at the time of making this video for this weekend, Naval Enduring Confrontation is available as Viski gets a nice shot into ammo directly to no effect. At least not to the effect he was hoping for, but he's already picked up some good damage on that enemy craft, certainly enough for a kill assist, although kill assists aren't quite so simple in naval forces, the amount of damage he did mattering much more than the fact that he did a certain amount of damage. Is that confusing? You know what? Naval is confusing, but it's worth looking into. Enemy gunner on that enemy Type 4 takes a high explosive round directly to the face. As we see, the Japanese Type 4, a fairly popular vessel, and I'm starting to see why. Personally, I haven't been spending any time in the waters of War Thunder lately, but that's just because I've been distracted by things like helicopters, the beautiful new 7-3 jets that came to the premium American line, and there's something else. Oh, right! The entire Chinese tech tree has been introduced to the game, which looks very familiar, but is your chance to play a T-34-85 and an M18 Hellcat in the same lineup. How could you not? How could you not? There's nothing special about the the Chinese tree, other than it's two trees mashed together, and that seems pretty awesome. In the past, you would have to buy a bunch of premium vehicles to have access to that level of Russian and American bias at the same time, so the Chinese tree really looks like something that'll be fun to play. That's not what we're talking about today. Back to Viski Shark. Doing his best to take down these enemy boats, firing through the smoke and having good effect. Now, I think this is arcade, but I'm not sure. I favor arcade in naval forces. It's not quite as insane. In fact, if we can see distance measured, no, I think he's actually playing it realistic. I take that back because of the aiming style he's using. Either that, or I think you can use the realistic aiming style in arcade matches now. Again, I'm not as well informed on naval forces as I used to be, as there's just so much of War Thunder to look into right now. I will be getting into it. Maybe I'll even find some time to play Navy EC during this weekend. I do tend to be busy on the weekends, but maybe after church on Sunday I can relax and just let the brain drain happen for a while. As, oh, those Japanese voices sound so awesome in naval forces. Anyway, Viski using the powerful cannon on the front of his relatively small craft to have such big gun to good effect. However, he has bit his last roll of sushi here as he goes down. What is this commentary, Toshio? Come on, go easy on me. I had a baby screaming at me just a few minutes ago. Yeah, baby Zoe. Little baby Zoe has been getting like really cranky before her midday nap as Viski takes off in a baby naval craft of his own. Look at this little thing. It's so teeny, but it also has an incredible amount of speed. Is this RB or arcade? Naval players, What am I looking at? Well, we're looking at 5 kills and 2 assists already from Viski. A good score by any means. Naval is not the most generous game mode in terms of rewards, which is kind of too bad because it's already not very popular. You look at Naval dev blogs and they have like 15 thumbs up on the highest comment. And you look at anything for ground forces and it's like 600. And that sort of gives you an idea of the amount of attention that Naval Forces gets in War Thunder, which is not a lot. And it truly is a shame. This is not the most balanced game mode of War Thunder, but it's the youngest. You've got to give it some credit. And it's getting fleshed out quite well. Now, personally, from my experience, low tier is reasonably well balanced, and it's where all the fun is at. We're talking like under 3.0 battle rating before you get to destroyers. And everybody gets excited about the larger vessels, but really their playstyle is much more stagnant, and you start to see where Gaijin was coming from when they tried to push Naval as a small craft game. These little, fast, nimble, versatile, highly diversified craft with a variety of different types of armament, a variety of strengths and weaknesses, and fast-paced Daka gameplay, as you see. Viski taking down another Type 5. Oh, there, finally. After wiping out its forward crew. You do need to aim for individual human bodies, or Gaijibble robot bodies, because no people are harmed in the making of this game, obviously. Peggy 12. But where was I going with this one? I'd like to see a little more flapping on that Japanese ensign there in the middle of the craft. The flag seems like it should be waving a bit more in the breeze. I'm not seeing enough movement here. But in any event, Ninya memes aside, he is going full on Santa Maria on these enemy craft, taking out targets of opportunity. Foes who are distracted soon find their deck crew awash in what even is that? It looks like a 50 cal Bren gun or something, I don't know, with the magazine, the clipazine mounted in a vertical orientation, where the gun sight would normally be along the bore, of course on top of the receiver, I'm sure. Anyway, this isn't, after all, well, no, we won't, we won't make fun of the exile, but in any event, my commentary on this one has just been all over the place, but Naval Forces, action-packed, Viski going for a crew wipe on the enemy craft, quickly achieving it as he sprays their crew compartment with heavy machine gun fire. Now, having taken heavy damage, he still manages, while on fire, to take down another enemy craft for 9 kills, 2 assists, only 1 death at this point in Japanese low tier. And here we see that this is a fun and engaging game mode. If you're looking for some action, if you're looking for a break from regular War Thunder, if you're looking to get out of surprise you're dead Thunder from ground battles, you know what I'm talking about. If you're looking to get out of climb for 7 minutes Thunder from Air RB and get into some fast-paced action where the enemies are clearly visible and you always have a gun ready to open up on somebody with some Daka, then low tier Naval is the place to find it. And it might not be the most satisfying game mode in the long run. You might not have the highest hopes for Naval, but get into these waters and have some fun. Low tier Naval is a blast. It doesn't take long to pick up the meta, which is to shoot people. And yes, there is more to that, which has been demonstrated well by Viski. He's engaging targets that are already engaged with his allies. He's supporting his team. He is strafing the decks of enemy ships to take down their guns, and then strafing the hull mixing up his targets to wipe out their crew. So there is a lot of strategy to Naval, but it's very accessible. And the thing I've enjoyed the most about Naval is, first off, the fast-paced action of low tier, which feels like low tier tanks, and secondly, a mix of being able to survive a few hits, which is something you can't say for air or ground forces in the general, and the ability to clearly see your enemies. I get tired. You know, I know it's an important part of the game, and it makes sense where it is, but ground forces can be a little bit tricky to spot people. A lot easier in Naval. Anyway, hope you guys get interested in Naval, and Viski continuing to show both his skill and his commitment to the game mode, and I look forward to more from him in the future. He always sends me the good stuff. Thanks for sending this one in, Viski, and you guys are, of course, welcome to send in your replays. The best place is to join the Discord, link in the description below, and there's a channel for replay submissions there. Catch you guys in the next video. Bye-bye. Guppy say, "Arr!" Yeah. That was pretty good.